Hello, thanks for being here. I have indeed assembled a Commodore 64, a monitor, and the varying cables. It's funny, as I sit here, and I know, like, this is not a permanent setup, this is, to test things and do things, but, yeah, there's a lot of cables, a lot of wires, and if I was going to do this more, have this set up as something more, I would certainly have pulled the table out and the power supply would be down on the floor and other things would be tucked away, but a lot of wires. Anyway, so the idea here with this star NX-1000C, Sheldon? I thought I heard Sheldon. Is to see if it will communicate with a computer. That is the question. Everything else seems to work. The ribbon is good. One thing, quickly, to just see if there's any hope at all, is to turn on the printer, turn on the monitor, and then turn on the computer. And hopefully, the printer will do something. The printer gave a little reset thing. So that is good. Let me just see here. I want to change the background color, which is poke 53280, 0. And I want to change, sorry, that was not the background, the border color. This is the background color. Because I know that, unfortunately, the monitor picture rolls on a lot of photography devices. Anyway, so what we are going to do now is to see if I can send the printer a command and if it will follow that command. So I'm just going to write a quick little program. World of Commodore 2020. Now this is a very quick and dirty little program. Line 10, open 4,4, opens a channel to the printer. 20, CMD4, just means send everything to the printer. And then 30, it says print World of Commodore 2020. Actually, I'm going to give you this line completely. 30, print, quote, World of Commodore with an extra space on the end. So it's world space of space Commodore space 2020 space quote semicolon colon go to 30. Now, this is a quick and dirty little program that if this works, it should then print World of Commodore 2020 until I somehow stop this. So, it is time to run. What happened? Something happened there. I'm not sure what. It seemed to stuck. Let's try that again. Oh, the program has not, oh, there we are, been released. Oh dear. Something has happened. I'm running the self-test. seems to be working again. Let's try to run that little program again. This is strange. There's a belt on here. Alright, I know this is going to make no difference. But I'm just going to have this print an X. What have I done now? Oh, am I in quote mode or some weird thing? What is going on here? Okay, well that seems to be okay. It seems what's happening, I'm just going to tell it to print an X over and over and over. I don't know. You know what? I'm just taking the ribbon out. Deep inside of this, there is a little belt. With little teeth. And it's very strange. I am somewhat baffled. By the way, it's always very important to have the paper lined up just so. Another thing I did do is, I had forgot this, but tractor paper is pretty much exactly the size of the platen in here, and it really is good to have each side of this paper lined up exactly with the platen, and it was close before, but it wasn't right on. I wonder if the printer is getting, I don't know, overwhelmed with my requests. I don't think so. I just don't think so. Now that's another weird thing. See, this Commodore 64 is not one that we are in quote mode, that I have used before. I have to actually test it out. So, well, I'm changing this now. I'm just going to have it do a thing where it just prints the word Android. funny, I had very high hopes that this would be just dandy. And you know, the only thing I have done is there is an adjustment for the how tightly things press up against. Oh, well, that wasn't quite in right. For how close the head is to the platinum, I did adjust that slightly. Maybe that was a mistake. This is strange. Well, obviously something is not as it should be. Maybe the head is jamming up. I don't know, because before, when I first messed with this, it seemed that I could let it do its self-test pretty much forever. Nope. But I guess that's why we test things. Now that was weird. I just barely touched. I barely touched the thing where the head slides back and forth. Like barely put any pressure on it at all. if this might be a case of simple lubrication. Well, this is why we test things. All right, well, thankfully I have a manual right here. Let's just see here. There's our command. You know what, maybe I need to go to the front. Maintenance and troubleshooting. Cleaning the printer. Replacing ribbon. Replacing the printhead. Troubleshooting. Page 50. If the printer doesn't print. If the paper becomes stuck. If a label becomes stuck. Oh god. Yeah, that's horrible. Faint or incomplete. If all text is done. Well, it doesn't really say much. About here. Cleaning the printer. Well, it speaks about dust and heat. And it says that, of course, if you have your printer in a dusty, hot place, this could affect it. So they say to use a damp cloth on the exterior. Maybe a small vacuum cleaner to get stuff out. Replacing the printhead. I'm not looking to replace the printhead. Well, this has not gone exactly as I'd hoped, because I actually hoped that maybe I might actually use this printer. But my gut tells me that something to do with the slide, or I don't know what what do they call it? There's a picture. You know, I never had any trouble until I clicked the adjustment to move the head closer. Not one thing. So maybe I should not have. I think it was one click away from the front, and I moved it right to the front. Adjusting the paper gap. That's what I did. Well, I think what I need to do is find some sort of very gentle, minimal, little, tiny bit of something. I will clean out inside, but I think I have to grease up that slider. I think that's what's going on. If I look at it, I mean, it looks clean. It feels okay. But these things run on tight tolerances. This thing has been sitting for a very long time. I see down at one end there's a little black residue, which is actually quite sticky. But I don't see any. Oh, no, that's a hole. That's a hole. But there was a little residue around. So, this was supposed to be a very quick video on saying, yay, this printer works. But alas, it does not. What is this in here? Oh, it's the bill. This printer was bought on April, looks like 21st or 27th of 1989 from Canadian Tire in Cornwall, Ontario for $299.99. Imagine. I will keep that in there. I did not find that until just this moment. Yes, there are always challenges. Anyway, I'll try and figure out what sort of lubricant might be suggested and see about getting that. It does seem to always be around the same spot. Alright, well, thank you for coming. Don't forget that there will be a virtual World of Commodore this year. Google World of Commodore 2020 for details. I will try and find out more of these things and pass them along. Right now, I think I need to sneeze. So, until we meet again, bye for now.